Good day, everyone, and welcome to the Finding the Edge podcast. I'm your host, Renard LaRue, and it's my privilege today to welcome Aya. Hello, Aya.
Hello, Reinhard.
How are you?
Good, and you?
Good, man. It's nice having you here. So, for those of you, I'm sure many of you know, but Aya is a professional rugby player. He's embarking on a new journey. He's currently in his first year at the Stormers, and he was an old grey college boy. He also represented SA schools for 2 years, right, Aya?
Yeah, 2 years, 2024 and 2025.
Brilliant. And now he's down here in the Cape. He's living it up in Stellenbosch. And it's a good place to be a first-year student, isn't it, Aya?
Ah, great. It's a bit of gotta get you used to it, but I enjoy it way more than Bloemfontein.
Yeah, it's definitely a great place to be a youngster. And then also exciting because you signed with a team that you really admire and like, which is VP, or now known as the Stormers officially. That change recently came in.
Yeah,
So it's no longer, for those of you who don't know, it's no longer known as VP Rugby. It'll be known as Stormers 23 and then the real Stormers side. But as far as I know, school sides and amateurs still Western Province. So yeah, you're a Stormer now, technically, soon.
at the junior Stormers at the moment.
Yeah. So do you miss the orange and white of the Free State Cheetahs?
Yeah, they'll always have a special place in my heart, but I wouldn't say I missed them.
Yeah.
But like, I enjoyed Craven Week, the 2 years with Free State. I wouldn't choose any other team, so
Yeah.
but I'm really excited for this few years with the VIP.
And then also you're a born and bred Free State individual because you also grew up in Paris.
Yeah,
So the Free State's blood runs deep in the family, right?
yeah, no, very deep.
Okay, that's good. So today we're going to talk about your whole journey from schoolboy rugby, about where it originated, where the passion came from. I'm very excited to learn about that, and then also how the transition's been to professional rugby, which is always something that a lot of people are interested in hearing more from, because I can imagine some of you listeners here might be schoolboys whose dream might be to be where Aya is now. So it would be cool to hear some insight from you. I know you're a person who's always keen to share, to have a chat about things. I've known you a couple of years now, and you're also a great leader. So I think, it's awesome having you here, Aya. Thanks for being here.
Anytime.
Okay, good. So, Aya, where did rugby start for you? Was it in Paris?
Yeah, obviously started playing rugby since like grade 2, grade 3. So it's always been a part of me, especially like my brother loved it since he was little. I always was a bit forced to play with him in the backyard.
Yeah.
But I also enjoyed it.
Is that where you learned to tackle?
And yeah, that's where I learned to tackle or tried to tackle. But yeah, that's
But now would he be would he be able to tackle you now?
Yeah, he'll still be able, but I don't think he'll be so convinced to ask me to play tackle the whole time. So
Yeah, brilliant. Sorry for interrupting. Yeah, continue. So
yeah, grade 2, it started, but it was never like a main sport for me. I think like when I went to grey, I didn't necessarily went for rugby, and then grade 8 and 9, I was focusing more on the cricket.
yeah.
I enjoyed the cricket a lot. I really wanted to play first team cricket in grade 8 and 9. And then grade 9, I made 18 for the rugby. Grade 8, I made 14C. So after I broke my collarbone, I made the C team. So, but I didn't really care because, as I said, I was really focusing on cricket.
Yeah.
And then under 15, I didn't want to go to trials originally. And then my dad told me, like, I must just go and try so that I can go on the tours. I was aiming for C team, D team, so that I don't have to practice rugby at all and stay focused on the cricket.
So you under 15, 14, you were CD.
No, under 14, I was C.
Under 14 started at CD.
Yeah, okay. And then under 15, I didn't want to play rugby at all. Then my dad called me and said, I must just try
Yeah.
so that I can go on the tours. And then I had a really great trials, and then next thing you know, I ended up on under 15A. I don't know how that happened. And then and then rugby just grew a bit on me, and then under 16, it was a great year.
Awesome.
And then I realized, now I want to make it in rugby.
Okay. Lovely. Because that was my second question. Like, when did you actually realize, this could really be something?
No, it was,
And that was your under 16 year.
yeah, it was under 16 for sure.
It's interesting because a lot of I myself used to coach, at A team level, first team level at schools, and I dealt with a lot of players who eventually, after trials, they got chosen to be C team, like under 14 C and D, and that would be so disheartening for them. Like they feel like it's the end of the world, but it isn't really. It's all about trying, getting into a team, and then growing further, right? And that's what your story also says. Like, I mean, a lot of youngsters, I think, nowadays take it way too seriously if they don't find themselves in a specific team at a specific moment. But you yourself are testament to rugby being a journey, obviously.
Yeah. I also feel like if you can't give up if you don't make the first team, like on the first try, or like the team you want to make on the first try. It's not gonna go your way all the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes frustrating seeing it goes well for other person and not for you, and you're doing more work and you're doing more effort. But yeah, I think it's the game. It's a risk, and you got to work hard, and it's not always going to go your way, but you just got to keep working for it.
Brilliant. No, I love that. I love that. And who I want to talk about this year where things changed for you. In your under 16 year especially, right? What was a big deal in that year that made you fall in love with rugby and thinking that it could be something? Was it the results? Were the results that happened, or was it something else? What was it about that year that made it special?
I think it was someone also. Our head coach from under 16, Meneer Adolf, he played a big role in it because he, like through the whole year, you could see like he backs me and he trusts me and like he commits with me. He told me at the end of grade 9, expects me to work hard because he really thinks I can make the Grand Como team. And that was the first time I was like, yo, okay, this rugby can go good. Like, he sees a lot of potential. So I think like the more I played, the more he backed me, and like just through the year I started to realize, now I really want to do this. This is for me.
It's amazing hearing that a coach or an individual made such a difference in your life. And I know Mr. Adolf Swichers very well, and he's an amazing coach. What was it about his coaching style or about him as a person that you really enjoyed and that you might be using today still?
Just the way like he expects top quality from us, but he also knows you're a human. So like if you lacked, he's gonna be very angry with you, and he's gonna say it straight to you. But if you ever want someone to go to, or you're not feeling great, or you don't know what to do, you can always go to him. He'll be more angry if you don't go to him. So I feel like that stood out a lot for me. Is where there's time for work, there's always time for that. But if you really need someone, he was the first guy to be there for you.
Brilliant. So it was all about the relationship, really, that brought out the best of you on the field.
Yeah.
And then you also ended the year on a high. You finished winning a big match at the end, I remember.
Yeah, we finished top 1.
Yeah, that was number 1. I mean, and that's what it's about. And for the listeners listening, if you've got the process right and you've got the relationships in place and your culture is reading your team, it's not about winning everything, but your performance will lead to great things. And I mean, that's what it was about from that year. Awesome.
Especially the year before that was not great. We lost Boys High, we lost Aflis, we lost Tours.
I think I coached against you, and I think we beat you.
Most probably, yeah. At Roos, yeah.
Yeah, good. But anyway, enough about winning and losing. I want to talk to you about the expectations at Drake College. Obviously, I was also privileged enough to have coached there and I've worked there, and I've got enormous amounts of love and passion for Grey College. But what was it like to play for Grey College first team for you?
Just no, that was
And
next level.
as it, eh?
Yeah, yes. No, I enjoyed it. I can't describe that to someone.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing in grade 10 that end of grade 10 in preseason. That's the thing like I worked the most for. Yeah, I don't think I've ever worked so hard in my life before, like for that. Yes,
Yeah.
that's all you want.
Awesome. So I always say on the show and when I work with my clients that, you can't avoid pressure when you embrace it. So, all these coaches say there's no such thing as pressure, but well, nonsense. There's pressure.
Yeah.
With a lot of schoolboys in the rugby game is they'll start feeling the pressure and they're thinking a few phases ahead. For example, a lock might think about his next lineup, but he first has to catch the kickoff.
Yeah.
And then when he's not focused on that moment on the kickoff, he tends to lose it, eh? So to you, did you think far ahead on the field, or were you more focused on what's next? Do my next job?
My dad always told me like just focus on what you can control in the moment.
Yeah.
So I would never think to myself, okay, I gotta be there, then there. Like I just said to myself, okay, the ball's here, carry it, or there's not a cleaner, you gotta be there.
Yeah.
I would think a bit ahead on the lineouts, but not necessarily through the whole game. Just thinking, okay, the middle ball's open, so go for that next time. Something.
Your ball clinks is a visa.
Yeah, my dad, he's the reason that I
Doesn't it?
like my mental state is the best because of him.
Brilliant. I need to get him on the show.
Yeah.
Right.
No, yes, he's smart when it comes to these things.
I love it. That's brilliant. Let's talk about that. So, your dad played a big part in your journey growing up. How does it feel to have such a supportive dad, someone who really looks into the situation and is there for you and wants to help you?
No, that's the best because like it's so I can go to him with anything. Like so when I made SA schools and I got dropped for SA under 18A, like at the second announcement, he was the first person to call me. And the thing is, you're grade 11, so you can't be disappointed for making SA under 18A because you're grade 11. That's
it's
already
amazing.
it's amazing. And he calls me and he says to me like, yes, congratulations. And I know you're disappointed. And I'm like, yeah, I am disappointed. And he says, that's totally normal. So my dad, like, to have someone that just, he knows how I feel before I even have to tell him.
Okay.
And that's just the best. I know, and he's honest with me. He knows I don't want to around the corner stuff. He tells me instantly, okay, you didn't have a good game, but you still did this, and this good.
Yeah.
Or no, you had a great game. But he expects me to do this a bit more in the games and stuff. It's never like you've done it, you've reached what you had to do. So
brilliant. No, that's lovely to hear because obviously nowadays, like it's quite refreshing to hear from a player's perspective about parental support, because nowadays we do see a lot of parents going overboard next to the field and about pressure and all that. But to the listeners, let's have that conversation going. Should we do a video on, like parental involvement and supports and how that looks for a rugby player and where you draw the line? Because obviously we've seen some lines crossed in the past. But I understand because obviously parents are very passionate. But thanks for sharing that. And it's amazing to hear about you and your dad's relationship. About SA schools. So you get a SA schools side, and then you get SA schools A, and then you also get SA under 18 and SA under 18A, which is later on in the year.
Yeah.
You're quite experienced because you've seen 2 years of this program. So a lot of the guys who are obviously watching this video, I'm probably aiming for SA under 18 or SA schools. So what separates a normal first team Craven Week player or Academy Week player from an SA schools player? What's the difference there?
It's just the thing like the intensity and the skills.
Yeah.
Like, the lineouts, that's my favorite part of the game, obviously. But like, I remember going as a junior, grade 11. So you pitch up at the lineout session, and it's just the coach says he expects this from us. It's not. We don't even do it 2 times. It's the first try we do it, we move on,
Yeah.
and it sticks. Like, we have it. We decided this is a call. We're doing it, and no one forgets it. No one screws it up. Like,
Yeah.
I think that's skill, and then the intensity is just insane. Like, it's so much faster than first team and Craven Week.
But I guess it's like everyone is so switched on and so focused. Like all those guys want to really be there.
Yeah.
So having a group of people like that together, like heading in the same direction, it does make your individual job easier. And that's why
a lot.
the culture and environment's so important.
And I think like the thing that separates it also is, as you said, everyone is involved. There's no one like that's from school that's like, I don't feel like practicing today.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I want to catch eyeballs today. I don't really want to do lineouts today. Like, you are 32 guys, I think it was, that is locked in and want to do it.
Yeah. It's not like you have to get your teammates to
you don't have
participate properly because you know they are going to. Awesome. What did you learn most from yourself from your SA schools, SA under 18 experience?
Oh, most from myself. Just actually don't know.
It's okay. You are new.
This is a hard question. I think
Okay, let's come met hom circle back.
Ja, ek kan terugkom.
Okay, let's take a quick break and then we'll be right back. Okay, and we're back to Finding the Edge. Oh yeah, I wanted to know, we spoke a bit about SA schools and SA under 18. Now you've taken the next step to professional rugby, and you now signed at what we know Western Province Stormers as a junior. What's been what's the biggest jump or change you've seen from schoolboy rugby, SA under 18, to now being full time in rugby as a professional rugby player?
I just think like the amount of detail we got to work with now, because I feel like in school there's so much detail left out because you got to play in a month, you got to be ready, there's no time to focus on the smaller details. But like now that I almost want to say like time, because you work from morning till afternoon. Like I feel like that they focus so much more on the little details and the this and that. So I feel like that's a bigger jump, is the amount of extra work you got to put in, because there are so much flaws that you didn't even know of.
Yeah.
So I think that's the biggest jump for me.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, because as a schoolboy, there's so much going on all around you. You know, it's the gears, it's the rugby, it's the academic, the girlfriends, everything all around you. And yeah, so oh yeah, you were invited to train with the senior side.
Yeah.
What was that like?
That
Was it one day or was it?
So it was 2 days. It
2
was
days,
the Tuesday when everyone got their matric marks, and then the day after that. So no, that was nice. Obviously, it was more of an invitation, so it wasn't like you trying to make the team. But yes, it was an experience. The standard the seniors are setting is insane. Like, everyone knows their job, everyone does their job. So like when I got but they make you feel so welcome. That's
like part of the.
Yeah, that stood out the most. Like, I got there at 8, and like 8:30, 9ish, we were 6, 7 grey boys sitting at the table and eating breakfast together. And I don't know how I got part of the table, but we were sitting there. So that was like just that. And then you like they don't know you at all. But Salman Murad, for example, he told me I must come with them. I must come check out the lineouts.
Okay.
I must go here. And then at gym, Paul de Villiers said to me like, no, I can gym with him. I can work with his program. So like, it doesn't matter if you're 19 or 32. they just want to welcome you. You're part of them. So yeah, that was really nice.
What stood out the most for you? So it seems to be the Stormers has got quite a welcoming environment and made you feel at home. And obviously all the grey guys sitting together, and the grey shakes were going around and and all that. But
Just abusing the grey shake builds.
yeah, no, that's brilliant. So nowadays, so you are now a junior contracted player at Stormers, obviously. And what's next for you at the Stormers? Is it under 20 rugby and all that? And what have you guys got lined up for the season? Because I know at the moment you guys are training, still like pre-season for you guys, basically.
Yeah. So we're in a preseason program. So it's a bit apart from Stormers. But if like the Stormers under 23, so that's the first tournament, is the Stormers under 23. So Stormers 23. That's the first tournament. If they need us, we go to them. But we're at the moment in a preseason program at SAS. It's Stellenbosch Academy of Sport. So they have this program every year where it's basically preseason, and then they want to match your load that a normal senior rugby player gets.
Yeah.
So that when you get there, your body doesn't break. Your body is used to it. So it's a really nice program we got going here. But yeah, so if I'm not needed or anyone not needed for the S under 23s, then we stay at the SAS program, which is the preseason program, and then after the S under 23s, we are going. What my S under Stormers under 23, and then the next tournament is the Stormers under 20s, but with the new like combination team stuff, it's now called the Stormers Bolts. So it's also an interesting fact, actually.
That is very interesting. It's the first time I'm hearing that.
Yeah, but it's the first time ever like that they have a new
Makes sense because it's obviously a
yeah. So
bolt. But the new logo doesn't have a bolt in it.
yeah,
It's like sort of in it.
sort of in it, yeah. But it's a nice way of like
I like that.
we all like becoming one, because the Stormers under 20s are the Stormers Bolts. Then the Stormers under 23s and the Curry Cup are the Stormers 23. And then obviously Stormers are the Stormers seniors, like URC, and they are just normal Stormers.
Yeah.
So
it actually makes a lot of sense because it's like everyone is aligned now. So it's like in European rugby where Gloucester plays the same in their Premiership, and then they play the same in Europe. So it's sort of aligning everyone under the same logo and under the same identity.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool, actually. So what does a typical week look like for you now at SAS and training as a junior Stormer? How many days a week are you guys training? What's that like?
okay, so the whole week basically.
Yeah.
Obviously, as I said, we're not at the Stormers at the moment, we're just at preseason. We will fall in at the Stormers if they need us. But like, yeah, so on Mondays are usually the worst. So we have
Is that like
no, that's you wake up at
like
6.
pain?
That's just it's just long. So you wake up at 6, then you have a morning session at 6:30. Then you eat breakfast, get done and everything, and team meetings and stuff. And then at 9:30, you have a field session. And then you recover a bit. And then obviously it depends, or it varies, but it will be like from 12:30 to 1:30. There's a gym session. It will be either the forwards or the backs.
Okay.
And then obviously 1:30 till 2:30 is the other session. It's the other forwards or backs that obviously didn't gym. And then at the end, 2:30 till 3:15, we have a clarity session where we just go through, like, make sure everyone knows what's going on. So there's no questions and stuff. Like, if you're not sure what we're doing on the field, that's where we practice it. And then Tuesday and Wednesday, we just don't have that morning session. It's still the same process. Then Thursday we have a mindset meeting, but otherwise we have off. And then Friday we have the morning session again. Friday is, but it ends early because you don't have that clarity session. So and then Saturday you got early morning fitness session waiting for you. So it's long weeks, but it's fun.
Yeah.
Everything is set for you, so you like working to the next thing, so it goes by quickly.
Okay, brilliant. Yeah. It's intense. It's intense. So
It's intense, yeah.
you really do work.
Yeah.
It's your job.
No, you work.
What part of your game are you currently working on the most at the moment?
And it will probably be lineouts.
Yeah.
Like the things that
Is that like technical or is it like tactical, like more types of lineouts, or you physically the technical stuff?
yeah, it's technical more, I think, for like there's a lot of things the coach from the SA under 20s told me I must work on and focus on a bit more. So that's a lot of that's stuff I do extra work or just keep on reminding me when we do lineouts. Remember what the coach said. And the Stormers coach also said, also came and helped us out a bit with the lineouts and also gave me tips on what I must improve and not. So it's more like the things the coaches said I must work on a bit. I focus a bit more on the lineouts.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's your prime role, eh? Definitely.
I enjoy it the most. So
Yeah. Because I remember you guys, the lineout, the 2 years you were at Grey, the lineout was quite an important part of Grey's setup, especially with Coach Vian and with Coach Tian and Coach Yanni. You guys prioritized mauling and lineout quite a bit.
yeah, a lot.
It was quite a force, yeah.
Yeah, but
which is contrary to what Grey was known as, right?
yeah, that is so. But yeah, it was fun.
No, definitely. I want to talk to you about routine, like it's game day. What do you normally do the morning of a game? Where's your mind space at? Do you have a routine? Do you have to have a certain breakfast? Do you need a phone, someone specific? Do you need to listen to music? What's your routine like normally before a game? Do you like being out there early? That sort of thing?
Yeah, like I don't like being stressed out or that like worried about things that has to come. So let's say, for instance, strapping wise, I would strap really early.
Yeah.
Normally earlier than everyone because I want to feel like there's nothing in the way. I want to get everything done before the game starts. But I also like try and force myself not to think about the game at all until like an hour before the game or so because I don't want to burn out myself before the game even starts. So it's very important for me. Like I would socialize a lot with my teammates just because I don't want to be from 10 o'clock focusing on the game and we're only playing at 2.
Yeah.
Because I've done that before and then
Burned out.
Yeah, I burned out. I just didn't have the energy to play. So
Yeah. Makes sense. Okay. What do you do mentally after you've had like we've all had bad games. We've all had a performance maybe we aren't proud of, or we look back and we think, wasn't that great? What do you normally do after? Have you had a bad performance? Because you're quite a consistent player and you're an incredibly talented rugby player. But I mean, what do you normally do mentally after a bad game? How would you handle that?
man, like I've had a few shocking games. Usually it starts with like I know I usually watch my games again to see what I did and what I don't do it. But if I knew I had a bad game, I'm kind of forcing myself to watch the game because I don't really want to see it again because I don't want to focus on it. But then I force myself to watch it so that I can just see where I made the mistakes and then obviously like I'm down about how I played and a bit of overthinking here and there. But yeah, it's more a thing for me like I give myself a set of time of how long can I worry about the game. And
It's like the 24-hour rule. I used to tell my players, you've got 24 hours. If we did well, you have 24 hours to get over it. Because we need to move on. And then if it wasn't a great game, you got 24 hours to get over it.
Yeah.
And to go again. Sort of similar to that.
Basically like that. Just say just set the time like, okay, from now on
Yeah.
I'm good. It happened. It's because you can't control it. It's over.
Do you, after a disappointing result, do you feel more angry, more frustrated, or disappointed? Which one gets you the most?
Frustrated is
Yeah.
all the word, like, because to feel like you didn't do what you could do is a awful feeling. Like
Yeah.
when you know you could have done more and you didn't. That's just an awful feeling. I hate that.
So dealing with frustration is really important, and that's where the mindset comes in, and that's where you need to find the edge as a sportsman, which is what we basically help athletes with, is how to deal with that frustration. How do you handle a bad performance, and then also how do you deal with a great performance afterwards? Because sometimes we also lose our minds when we feel like we were amazing at the time. So, but yeah, really interesting. Thanks for sharing that, Arya. Um, just before kickoff, where's your mind at? Are you the guy who's slapping everyone in the change room, or are you the quiet guy in the corner ready to unleash the beast? What's Arya like right before kickoff?
But I don't like. It depends how I feel on the day, but it's more or less I'll just talk to everyone.
Yeah,
I wouldn't hype anyone up.
because you're a chatty guy.
Yeah, I love chatting, so it's a way of dealing with the stress a bit. It's like I remember there was once in the locker room I would talk to David and so I just asked him, "But what's he doing in 2 days? We're playing a game in 4 minutes." But
Okay.
I'm asking what he's doing on the Sunday because I want to go visit him. So yeah,
That's
that
brilliant.
yeah, I don't know why I do that, but
And you still manage to perform. You still manage to play the way you want to play.
yeah,
Mm.
as I said, I keep it simple for me.
Yeah.
Like, interesting fact is, just before the kickoff, really want the ball to come to my way. Never happens, but yeah, so
You
usually,
should swap with the other lock.
yeah, but then they kick other way. I don't know.
It's probably because they know you take it well, so they're avoiding you.
It's not that. I have awful luck.
Okay. But that's interesting. Can I go back to that? The fact that you want to start the game and have control over it. So you don't want to get into the action late on.
No, I think
You're ready to go.
yeah, and you have an excuse then because it's the first kickoff of the game. So if you catch it, great. If you miss it, it's the first kickoff of the game. You can't expect me to.
Yeah.
So but I enjoy it. I always, especially like kickoffs is the most fun part for me. So every time we played, the most frustrated I was is we played Selborne. We had 18 kickoffs that game. We scored 18 tries. So we had 18 kickoffs. I think there were 4 kickoffs on me. Two was too short and the other 2 was actually on me. I was so disappointed that
Oh,
there's
man.
actually like 17 kickoffs and I only got 4 of them.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was just shocking.
I see. Also wanted to ask you, how do you recover? What do you do? Obviously, you have this intense lifestyle. You're training every day. The life of a professional rugby player. What do you do to recover? How do you spend your time off the rugby field? And is that important to you?
Like recover, like specific.
Yeah, like relax, have some fun on the side. What
Yeah.
do you normally do outside of rugby? What helps you to recover? Like for me, for example, perhaps a round of golf or going for a walk with my sausage dogs would be one of those things. Spending time with family. What do you like to do off the pitch to make you feel like you can recover a bit?
I love socializing with my
Yeah.
friends. So anything that gets me out of the room, I'm down for it. So if my friend says we must go play golf, I would go play golf. Obviously the money can't always play golf, but I'll play golf. Or if one of my friends said I must come to the action cricket with him,
Oh,
so
yeah,
I'll do
okay.
that.
That's
for him.
brilliant. Yeah.
So I don't know. It depends. Like the other day I had one of my friends just sit in the room with me, so I just like socializing with my friends and just making these short plans for a few hours.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the way I just feel like you have to get your mind off rugby. Like you're focusing on rugby from 6 till 3. You can't still think of it afterwards. So
There's a lot of guys get that wrong, and then they burn out. Awesome. And then, I wanted to ask you, let's say a 16-year-old lock is maybe playing at Grey or at Helpmekaar or at Bulrus, Sachs, wherever. If he's watching this, what would your advice be to that guy if for him who wants to go pro one day?
sure. I think it would be like you're never perfect in your position. I think for me it was like my strongest point on the rugby field was kickoffs and lineouts, and that's the thing I still practice the most. My coach even told me like I don't have to practice it that much anymore, and I was like, but I still want to. So no matter how good you are in something, you must make it special, specialize in it, and just keep on working with it, because you're never good enough for it. You gotta work to be better every day.
So, in essence, to specialize at something, to really own a certain part of the game, that's good advice. Yeah, I agree. What mistakes do you think? Because you've obviously played with a lot of guys throughout your schoolboy career. What mistakes do some rugby players make the most? And I'm not talking about on the field necessarily, on their journey.
I think on like just not taking not taking it seriously when it's the time. I always go with it's time for jokes, it's time for serious work. So when people can't find that switch, I think that's the worst, when it's always jokes the whole time, and then it's not gonna work out for you. But also can't take it seriously the whole time. You can't be rugby the whole time. So I think that's the thing that splits people.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're such a nice guy and a friendly, chatty guy. But we've spoken before, and I know you've once or twice gotten really angry on the rugby field, eh? Have you?
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you deal with that anger in that moment? Like, let's say it's the first half and you've got this, you're so angry. How do you deal with it to process that anger normally in a game?
I just tell myself, don't let it take over. So don't do something you usually won't do. So just focus on your job. Just keep remember, that's when it's most important, is to keep remember what's your job, because it's not like I always say that it's not this and that got me in the team. It's, let's say for instance, it's lineouts that got me in the team. So I mustn't try and kick the ball now because I'm mad and I want to prove a point or something. Just stick to what my job is and my roles and responsibilities are. So it's a bit harder when you're mad at the world or mad at the ref or something. But that's when it matters the most, is to just keep your mind composed and it is hard, I know, but that's important.
Definitely. Oh yeah, that's brilliant. I mean, and to the listener, sometimes we feel like, our emotions can take over and it gets difficult, but it's really important for you to understand that you can regulate your emotions and you need to champion that. And that's what's going to make you a really good sportsman, rugby player, and person, is if you know how to regulate your emotions. Take control of your breathing. Have an action word or keyword that can take you back to base. Like, for example, next job or let it go. And then have a technical thing you want to focus on in the game. That's normally what helps rugby players to get back into performance mindset if they do get a little bit emotional. So, those are also some things that we can help you with at Edgemine. So please drop a comment if you've ever felt like you had a moment where the emotions took over and how you dealt with it. We'd love to hear more about that. So let's get the story sharing. Thanks. And I've got one or two more questions for you. So I said, what would you say to a 16-year-old maybe watching the program, what they should focus on if they want to become a rugby player like yourself? What would you then say to yourself if you were 16-year-old now to focus
Cool.
on or to do differently?
I think firstly I would just say just keep on working, or keep on doing what you're doing at the moment. Like I think that because there were a few like times where I was like, yes, I really don't want to. Do I really want to do this? But
Yeah.
I think I would just say to myself like it will pay off. I think everyone knows that, but it's still to have the discipline to do it is hard. And I think for me, if I could talk to myself from the start of under 16, and that's the thing I really wish I knew by myself, is to not focus too much to make first team in your under 16 year. So
That end of under 16 years.
yeah, but it was more to me like under 16 I played wondering, will I ever be good enough to make first team? And I never had the opportunity to enjoy under 16 that much because I was so focused on, okay, this is not good enough for first team, or this is good enough for first team. I remember my two favorite games for under 16 was Oakdale, was Paul Roos and Craven Week Free State versus Bulls, because that was the only two times where the games were more than just myself. So we had to win Paul Roos to end top of the rank, and we had to win Bulls, what we didn't, but to win the Grand Coma. So I think it's like, I just wish I could tell myself, don't focus too hard on the first team in your under 16 years. So just because you can't make it to under 16. I don't know
why are you stressing about it now?
Yeah, so just wait for it. And your under 16 year doesn't matter when you get to the preseason or first team. The coaches focus on how you are at that moment.
Yeah, that's perfect.
So yeah, that's just one thing I wish I knew, is just like, just focus on your enjoy the under 16 year. Just make the best out of it. If you're gonna, like our coach told us always, if you're gonna play, if it's God's will that you're gonna make first team, you're gonna make first team.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how, but if he wants you to be in the first team, you're gonna be in the first team. Yeah, so
I love that.
yeah,
Thanks for sharing it. And I do think a lot of us tend to lose focus of what's important at the moment. And that's the thing, because a lot of coaches will say, focus more, and everyone is focused. It's just about focusing on the right things and about how to focus. I see it a lot with the youngsters nowadays, focusing on too many things at the same time, but they don't know what to focus on.
Yeah.
So like you've said, focusing on being in the moment in your under 16 year, and then taking on the first team thing later on. That's key. Yeah, thanks for sharing that. Okay, oh yeah, so now we are, I'm just going to repeat that, sorry. Okay, oh yeah, so now we are going to ask you some quick fire questions. Okay. So, are you ready? As quickly as possible.
Not ready.
Does it feel like a test?
Yeah.
Okay. Best stadium, or actually for you, schoolboy, not allowed to say Graham, but the best place you've played at, your favorite fixture.
It's gotta be Boys Eye, Brugstraat.
Okay. Toughest opponent you faced.
Ken Boys Eye trading you bad.
Your best grade college rugby memory.
It was 2024. I was grade 11. We played Affies.
Oh yeah, I remember that game.
Yeah, and we were behind with 3 points, and then I remember Felix kicked off, and I won the ball back from the kickoff. And if we didn't win that ball back, we didn't score. So that's
I remember that.
my best memory.
To the viewers, go check the highlights. 2024 grey at Uffies. I remember that was a very hyped up game.
I still don't know how we won.
I know the newspapers said that Uffies is going to win and it's going to be a big deal. I remember that day.
Yeah, no, that was.
Yeah. Okay. Next question. Dream team to play for.
Dream team.
Yeah, your dream team you'd play
like Springboks. Yeah, Springboks. Bokke.
What's that?
That would be cool.
And then one word that describes elite or professional rugby.
Sure. And I would say workhorse.
Work, yeah.
Yeah, you gotta be.
You gotta work, it's your job.
Yeah, that's your job.
And you gotta love the craft.
You're getting paid to die, so that's you gotta work.
I love that.
Mm.
Love that. Okay, and then a closing question from me. So this is obviously the Finding the Edge podcast. What does it mean to you? That's that name, Finding the Edge. What do you think that means to you as an athlete?
Finding the edge. But you didn't give me context about what finding the edge means. So I feel like that's a bit unfair.
Okay. Let's try that again. So die edge is soos jou wat jou die edge gee bo ander ouens of wat jou die edge gee bo jouself.
Okay, wag. Okay.
Ons kan hom weer vra.
Ja, maar ek probeer nou dink. Net soos 'n antwoord dink, wag.
Kan ek so die wetenskaps edge mind?
Ja, ek vang
So
hier.
dit gee jou die edge, jou mind.
Ja, maar ek wonder nou wat gee my die edge bo ander spelers?
Of bo jouself.
Bo myself. Okay,
Wat gee jou die edge as 'n atleet?
ek sal try.
As jy reg voel.
Ja, nee.
Okay, kom ons kyk. Wil jy nou Afrikaans aan?
Nee, so Engels. Gaan hom maar antwoord ingooi.
So, my closing question to you is obviously the show is called Finding the Edge. What does finding the edge mean to you as an athlete?
Like, I think my edge is like how composed I can be on the field. I think it's really for me to crash out on the field or get mad at the ref. I always tell myself, like, let's say I don't agree with the ref's calls, I always say it's still him with the whistle. I can't go against his call. So I think the way, like, I just keep my mind like focus on the next job or focus on what I can control, not lash out because I don't agree with something or this guy was hitting me in the rucks. Usually I just avoid, it's great that I'm tall, but usually I just avoid eye contact. So if someone starts irritating me, I just avoid eye contact, then I won't get mad. So yeah, I think just keeping composure through the game is I think that helps me the most.
Nice, that's brilliant. Well done, Oya. Love that. Okay. So Oya, from myself at the Finding the Edge podcast on behalf of Edge Mind Performance Psychology, I'd just like to thank you so much for coming in today. And we really look forward to seeing how your career unfolds and the journey you're on. And with all your experience and the way you go about things, I know it's going to be golden. Keep working hard, like Arya said to the listener. You have to be a workhorse out there. Yeah, but thank you so much, Arya.
Thank you for having me.
That's it.